Okay, guys, so today I have a pleasure of speaking to you again, and this time I will say something about developer experience. And I hope to bring you this topic closer to your heart. Since I am a developer, I would love to share you my thoughts about it. And there may be an article coming up about the same thing. Probably there will be more than one. We shall see. So let me start to demystify it. And we will start demystifying by a little warm-up. So I have Googled the term developer experience memes, and this is what I saw. I'm going to just show it to you so you can remind yourself the state of being that we have day after day being a developer. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. So the mystery of a developer experience. The term DX is increasingly resonating in tech circles, yet its core is still a mystery. So what is it exactly? Even Wiki does not show much explanation about what the developer experience is. If I Google it and I see user experience entry, at the very bottom there is some description of what a developer experience would be. And this is what I want to focus on today. I'm gonna tell you what it is. So let's embark on a quest to demystify this acronym, beginning with a term that most of us are intimately acquainted with. You guessed it, user experience. So first, let's focus on that one. From business through management to developers, we all know and recognize UX, user experience, as a crucial aspect of software development. And no wonder, since its origins can be traced back to early 70s and the spread of personal computers. And every leading company has a UX specialist employed. You cannot develop a user-friendly, good quality, scalable application without a proper UX in mind. That being said, it is a common knowledge that neglecting UX results in applications that are not only challenging to navigate, but also a nightmare to scale and maintain. Having that in mind, also notice how much uncertainty is being removed from the project development by this small acronym and its proper implementation. Essentially, all sorts of pesky problems with project growth, for example, are resolved if we continuously and consciously focus on the user experience and always make it better. Let me emphasize it again, that solely because we focus on a user experience, we essentially are setting the stage for smoother project growth. Okay, so what is a DX exactly? A developer experience can be understood as a special case of a UX where the user is a developer. This acronym came into existence with the rise of companies offering software as service solutions. To illustrate, if you build your shipping service and you provide an API, your primary users are essentially developers from diverse companies aiming to integrate your service into their projects, their companies. Excellent example would be Polish and German DHL APIs. Just look it up. Believe me, you will be amazed. Try to guess in comments which one is more developer experience friendly. Okay, so what are the optics? That's too early. What are the optics and how to view this problem, this DX? So it is encompassing not only the experience of an internal, but also an external developer interacting with an app's API or SDK. Companies like Stripe or AWS prioritize DX, fostering a community of developers and stakeholders to drive the innovation. You could easily imagine that you are a developer at a marketplace and your job is to integrate a new shipping service every sprint. expand the functionality of existing ones, and provide APIs for your clients as well. In this manner, you have to implement, maintain integrations, and provide the same for others. You are quite experienced in constantly going through various complex and intricate documentations, and you have to write some as well. It is not only about the docs, though, not the flying docs, the documentations. But since we stand on the shoulders of previous implementations, that is a big part of it. DX is a broader term and focusing on a lot of experience of a developer, starting from a relationship that developer has to their ticketing system, like Jira or whatever, through ceremonies and artifacts of agile and the font choice between light and dark mode of your IDE. So the importance of developers' experience as a backbone of software creation and sales. Developers are the backbone of that. Ensuring their well-being and providing adequate support is a paramount. A positive DX leads to improved employee well-being, retention, and better products. Furthermore, DX complements DevOps, bringing gaps in the software development cycle. Reminding yourself of the last project, try to remind yourself about the last project where you witnessed developers overloaded with information, or opposite, possessing insufficient information, where there was an over-reliance on processes, over-engineering, or misusing agile methodologies. A negative DX can lead to blame games, excessive penalties for failures, constant overloading, hostility, diluted responsibility, unhealthy competition, and burnout. I would bet that addressing any or all of the following would drastically improve a project. So let's say knowledge islands, demotivated team, not my problem mentality, a disconnect between business and IT, poor code quality, and increasing costs. All that is a DX, or how I would like and try to bring the awareness of it into your minds. So what should we focus on? At its core, DX revolves around the tools, processes, and environments tailored for developers. It is about ensuring that developers can work effectively and efficiently, and most importantly, happily. A stellar DX translates to faster development cycles, fewer bugs, and more cohesive team. So we can focus on a particular things, and let me go through them as the list goes on. So, intuitive tooling. The daily tools from IDE to version control systems should be intuitive, fostering creativity and efficiency. Comprehensive documentation. Clear, concise documentation is akin to a developer's North Star, guiding them through integration processes and potential challenges. Community and support. A robust developer community is a treasure, and platforms like Stack Overflow and GitHub are testament to this. Performance and reliability. In the software realm, efficiency is a paramount. Lacking tools can stifle creativity and productivity, making reliability non-negotiable. And you know what I mean if you are using Teams on a daily basis. Feedback and continuous evolution. The world of software in ever evolving, and so should the tools and processes. Developers should have avenues to voice their feedback, leading to better tools and refined processes. The iterative improvement is at the heart of the DX. Soft skills and advocacy. DX isn't solely about tools and processes, it is also about fostering a culture where developers can voice their needs, challenges, and feedback. By prioritizing soft skills, they can efficiently advocate for themselves and their peers, co-creating a superior DX. Support focus time. generally, it's just ensuring developers to have an uninterrupted time for their tasks. And reduce time to hello world is basically streamlining the onboarding process for new developers. So, do you guys want some examples? I guess so. So let's focus on something that actually happened. Thanks. So Stripe and GitHub would be two examples that did it the right way. Stripe, as you probably all know it or heard of it, and is known and often hailed as the gold standard for DX because of Stripe's documentation and API description. So what are the implications? Growth. Stripe emphasis on DX has played a significant role in its rapid adoption by developers and its growth as a leading payment processing platform. And community. The ease of integration and comprehensive documentations has fostered a strong developer community around Stripe, leading to more third-party integrations and plugins. GitHub. Well, GitHub is what it is. We all know it and appreciate it. And GitHub provides a platform that is so intuitive for developers to collaborate on code that we don't consider anything else, almost. With features like pull requests, code reviews, and integrations with CI/CD tools. What are the implications? Dominance. GitHub focus on DX has made it the go-to platform for version control and open source projects. And acquisition. Its success and developer-centric approach led it to be acquisitioned by Microsoft for $7.5 billion in 2018. So let's focus on two examples that did not work, and you probably all heard of them. Microsoft's Windows Phone. In its early days, Windows Phone faced criticism for not being developer-friendly, especially when compared to Android or iOS. Implications? Market share. Windows Phone struggled to gain significant market share, in part because of the lack of apps available on the platform. Ecosystem. A less than ideal DX meant fewer developers were inclined to develop apps for the platform, leading to a very vicious circle of fewer and fewer apps, leading to fewer users and vice versa. And eventually a shutdown. Microsoft decided to discontinue Windows Phone. And a BlackBerry. BlackBerry, once a market leader, I remind you, didn't adapt quickly enough to the app-centric ecosystem that iOS and Android were fostering. Implications. Decline. BlackBerry's market share plummeted as developers flocked to more developer-friendly platforms. And a transition occurred. Recognizing the challenges, BlackBerry transitioned from their own OS to adopt Android, but by then, much of the market share was lost. So what are the implications of positive and negative DX? Let's focus on the first one, the positive one. Adoption. Platforms with good DX often see a rapid adoption by the developer community. They are just more sexy, more popular. They attract developers. A strong DX can lead to organic growth as developers recommend tools and platforms they love to their peers. And with a positive DX, developers can focus on innovation rather than troubleshooting or navigating cumbersome processes. And the negative aspect, or negative implications. A poor DX can tarnish a company's reputation with the developers' community, making recovery difficult. See Angular, the original. Companies can lose significant market share and face significant financial challenges if developers abandon their platforms. And long-term viability may be also harmed. In the tech world, where ecosystems are built around platforms, a poor DX can threaten the long-term viability of products and even the entire companies. So in conclusion, DX is not just a buzzword. It has a real-world application for the sources of failure of tech products and platforms. Investing in a DX can lead to growth, innovation, and long-term success, while neglecting it can lead to challenges and even obsolescence or project death, or even a company. And that's it, guys and girls, and that's what I prepared for you today. Hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have some questions. Feel free to ask them.